I wanna rock with you all night. I wanna play Nintendo 64 all the time. I could keep singing to you with medley mixes about Nintendo 64s, but what I'm gonna do is talk about the top 5 Nintendo 64 games, and with my mate Doggo, he might disagree with me, he might agree, I don't know what he says, but honestly, this is my top 5 picks for Nintendo 64 games, and we want you to comment. We want you to give your feedback. Let us know what your top 5 games are.
Everyone has a different top 5.
Yeah, and you know what? They can change.
Yeah.
If I might play a new Nintendo 64 game and like, I might get one out of the curve. I might kick it to the curve and say, see you later.
So it's interesting to see what our difference of our top 5 games.
What kind of games do different play,
And this is DJ Thickys.
Number 5, and you know what? This is a classic, and it's gonna be Perfect Dark.
Ooh.
And this game, I'll tell you what, hours and hours and hours and hours and hours on this game. I remember every Saturday, I'm talking bazooka majugas of hours. I mean, we used to, every Saturday, we used to like catch up as mates, play Perfect Dark, and that game is a classic, you know, the sequel for GoldenEye, and that was awesome. That was super cool to play, and like new different guns, it had different layouts, perfect sims. And you had like the missions. Remember all the missions and stuff? The missions were awesome. We used to stay there for hours trying to complete those missions. Great game. That might be in Doggo's top 5, but we have to wait and see. So let's see. Start with number 4 now. Number 4, and this is one of the best RPGs, platform games. It's a platform game actually. Banjo-Kazooie. I mean, this game is really ultimate. I mean, we're talking.
What makes it so good?
Because you got to collect puzzle pieces, and it's completely different like platform game. You got to collect puzzle pieces, and the lands that you go in were awesome. And the roleplay between Banjo and Kazooie, so Kazooie being the bird in the backpack, and you could use them to like do different things. And the puzzles in this game to get the puzzle pieces were actually really difficult as well. And I was speaking to one of our good fans out there. About this game, and he actually he used to play this game, and he actually used to save it just at the end, because when you actually play Gruntilda, the witch, the final boss, you actually have to go on this big game map. It's like a big giant board game that you have to play, and they ask you questions about what you've done in the game. So you're on like this giant board game. Like they'll show you a picture and go, which area is this from? So you play like a board game with the boss, and I am Tak. Used to always save that game so he could replay the game board every single time. So that is an ultimate game. Banjo-Kazooie, and Banjo-Tooie was the sequel for that, and that's an awesome game as well. So that's awesome. Now, do you know what? When we're coming to top 3 Nintendo 64 games, this is where I'm biting the bullet. This is where the crunch becomes that snap, crackle, pop.
I would feel you.
Talking about Cocoa Pops, talking about Wheat Bix, it's too tough to decide, and this is a tough decision. Top 3, and do you know what? I might get a lot of bad feedback for this, but I mean, there's so much good games out there. But I'll tell you what, number 3 is going to be one of the best multiplayer games of all time. And I know a lot of people would note this as number 1, but GoldenEye 007. And I'll tell you why. I mean, everyone knows in the world that this is a great game. Like,
I mean, look, you even mentioned Perfect Dark there. What was that, number 5?
Yeah.
Very similar game, but the original.
This is a great game.
More hours spent on that.
Yeah, and like, I love Complex. I love the original Proximity Mines Complex, License to Kill. This
revolutionised 4-player battle.
It did. It was the ultimate game. Ultimate game of all time. And all the levels as well. Pyramid, Temple, like, remember all those levels? Facility, great game. Countless hours, and GoldenEye will go down in history as a revolutionary game and one of the best games ever made. Because it changed the way console gaming was made.
I think so.
Split screen, you know what I mean? Yeah, it completely changed the way. So that's a great game. Okay, number 2.
Number 2. Oh, number 2.
I am like deciding right now. I've got the 2 games in my hand. I have the 2 games in my hand, and I'm deciding which one is better. But I'm gonna choose. This is number 2.
I'm really intrigued here.
Yeah, because
I don't know.
Because they're both such good games. They're both such good games, but. Do you know, I'm going to be honest to myself, because I know deep down which game is number 1, and I know deep down, and because I'm going to go number 2, and got one of the
still doesn't know.
It got voted one of the best games of all time, 9.9 out of 10, or maybe even 11 out of 10, and I'm talking about the holy grail of games, Zelda Ocarina of Time, and this game is special to my heart. Countless hours of gameplay, temples, you play as Link, and you just get caught up in the world. And this, you speak about people that love Zelda, and this game, when you say Ocarina of Time, everyone will go, oh my god, Ocarina of Time, what a great game, such a good game. Doggo's not really into Zelda, but this game will take you on a journey. It was so well written, the gameplay, the design, everything about this game was fantastic, and that's why it's still voted one of the best games of all time, and it's such a great game. And I talk about this game with friends for hours because it's an awesome game. And actually holding it, and I see the Triforce there, I see Hyrule, I see Kakariko Forest. I actually want to play it. I see Epona, there's Epona on the back, the horse. I want to play that game. That's number 2. And now, you're gonna give me a drum roll or?
Number 1.
Number 1, drum roll. Drum roll, please. It's the game. You know, if you're a fan of Retro Bros channel, then you must know what's coming. It's Mario Kart 64. And do you know what? I love Mario Kart, right? I'm a huge fan of the franchise, but I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, of all ages, the Mario Karts after this one have never ever been the same. No. They've tried to just do too much to the game, and realizing on the simplicity of how good this game actually is when it's so simple of getting lightnings, getting mushrooms, getting red shells, getting green shells, playing the tactics. Don't put too much into the game to wreck the game, and that's what's happened with Mario Kart, unfortunately. All the other Mario Karts, they tried to do too much with the graphics, too many new weapons rather than the simplicity of tactics, weapons, and good racing, and that's what made this game my favourite game of all time.
That's a big call.
Yeah, on 64, because this game is incredible. The stages are incredible, doing the shortcuts are incredible, playing it with your friends is incredible, and the battle mode as well. I mean, and actually 150cc is actually quite a challenge as a one-player mode, so it's not a simple game to actually complete to get all the gold cups. Like, you actually have to race really well to win gold cup on 150cc. So, you know, and multiplayer, I mean, against this guy, I mean, we've played this game multiple times, and we love it. We love it because it's so competitive. It's so competitive, and for me, this is my favourite game of all time.
Top 5
top
from
5,
DJ
top 5.
N64 games.
So Perfect Dark, Banjo-Kazooie, GoldenEye, Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and Mario Kart 64. I mean, those games just make me happy. I mean, even in the Retro Bros, you know, stadium, having those 5 games like right in front of me, like 6 games, makes me very happy just even holding them and seeing them. So very nostalgic. Doggo, thank you very much. Thank you for sitting next to me and talking to me about
great insight on your top 5 games. I never knew it was that way around, so that's cool.
Thank you for your great company.
No worries.
I really like that. Look, and honestly, give us your top 5, because
if
there's a game that I've never played,
what you think about his top 5.
Yeah. And you know, we're going to be doing a lot more top 5s. We're going to be doing top 5 NES, top 5 Super Nintendo, top 5 PS1. Yeah, so we're going back.
Stay tuned for my top 5.
Yeah, and I can't wait actually, because I've got some inklings. I know there'll be one.
Inklings.
I know Zelda won't be in there for Doggo. But yeah.
What happens,
if you put Zelda in there, I'd have a heart attack. I would actually pass over. I'd triple bypass.
Alright.
But anyway, thank you very much.
DJ Thickys, top 5 N64 games.
Comment below.
Till next time.
Till next time. See you guys.
See you guys.